with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Bengals and the Ravens, and it's coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Pink Horse Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard game, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They'll start out here with the option left. The quick feet by Jackson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. You talk about this Bengals defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. This defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win. They did make a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
Well, the Bengals now set for their first possession, and it's Pro Bowler Joe Burrow who leads this offense in his 4th season now out of LSU.
Burrow may be young in his career, but he's helming the Bengals to one of the best stretches they've ever seen. 12 wins last year, which matched the team record, and they made the conference championship game in back-to-back seasons for the first time ever. At the center of it all is the man they call Joey B. 35 touchdown passes last year and almost 4,500 yards.
And he'll get this to the 32. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on, an old coot? for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He got 29 yards that time.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. At that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Bengals 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Here we go. 11.
Burrow will throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A turnover is obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
Jackson's throw pulled in by Aguilar. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down. Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag.
Play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. This is going to pick up a Ravens first down as the tackle made up around the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's being a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
They go play action with Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Ravens ready to take over. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Sam Hubbard that time coming through defensively with reckless abandon. After 7-3 the score. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Back deep for Cincinnati, the rookie Charlie Jones. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally He feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look. And he's in. Touchdown. Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. So his great start to the season continues. He found the end zone time after time in the opener last week, and he does it again here in week 2.
And Brandon, we have a lot of coaches sell us week to week that there is no momentum, there is no carryover. Every game is its own entity. But after what we saw him do last week and now punching one in here, I'm starting to think that there is a carryover, and he's feeling it.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that one to the right side and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Jones on the return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Back to Mixon on 1st down. Oh, heck of a move. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, I think even he's chuckling a little bit now. What a start this is to a regular season. Charles, remember, 3 touchdowns on the ground last week in the opener, and he's got 2 more here. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, he has to be a little bit on the incredulous side, doesn't he? Is this how it's going to go all year long? If I'm dreaming, don't wake me up.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Ravens offense back out there. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, and discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Jackson. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now Jackson. That is caught, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch there for the rookie Flowers. He's got a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Now it's Jackson.
They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Jackson now.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Here's a throw out wide
incomplete to his running back right side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in coverage. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Jackson.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, Jackson. Completes it to Aguilar. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Jackson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
His pass caught at the 4. 3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Charlie Kohler in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was finished off by Charlie Kohler's touchdown catch. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. On the return is Charlie Jones. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And now they will throw it with Burrow. They'll roll him out right. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
First and 10 at the 37-yard line. Gotta go.
This is Brown going up the middle. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered him down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
2nd down and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
11. 11 MT, Kate. 11 MT.
From the gun, a give to Brown.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. This is caught.
And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And the lead is up to 18 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Again, it's Mixon.
Now he's loose again.
And finally taken down at the 30-yard line.
173 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Running left, it's Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And now they're in the hurry-up. Mixon will try the right side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's the end of the 3rd.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. A handoff running left, Mixon. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
A gain of 7 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Middle. 13. Hey, middle.
Jackson on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
And now here come the Ravens.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
What are you?
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down.
Second and 6.
Throwing is Jackson. It's caught. Beckham. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Baltimore.
Now it's Jackson. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. A quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw again is Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or two.
He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward.
11 MT, tech.
Burrow on play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call. They're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's fielded at the 45. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down to the 40-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Get set.
Here's a give to Mixon.
They'll get this down to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
228 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Here's Burrow. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back.
3rd and 2.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more.
Able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Jackson now. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, Park.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Second down and a yard. That one looks like he'll throw here. This one caught downfield by Higgins. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. A handoff to Mixon. Down to about the 32. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
12.
Play action. It's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
I'm one. Ready?
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, I'll tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. to the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Bengals, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside